Hi, and welcome to Gogo Diaries Story Time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the story.
Hello, what is the story today?
Hello, Dunisani. Today we are going to talk about Tsuro the hare and Gudo the baboon hosting big parties. You like parties, don't you?
Yeah.
Now today you're going to hear all about it.
Is this before or after, when the last story happened? Have they learned their lesson, or is this?
This is way after the last story happened.
So
But remember,
it was
the-
when donkeys had horns,
donkeys and horns and rivers.
flowed upstream.
Yes, that is when it happened. So, Tsuro decides to have a birthday party
Was it on his birthday?
at his home. Yes, it was on his birthday. So, he bent all the grass around his home. It's not a very nice thing to do because we must protect the environment.
Yeah.
But Tsuro, being Tsuro, he bent the grass anyway.
Yeah. What did he do with the red grass?
He just left it there. It was now ashes, black ashes. So he made this food, lots and lots of nice, yummy food, and invited all his friends from the forest to come for the party. And he also invited his uncle, Gudo. So Gudo, that day, he left his home very early with an empty stomach because he did not want to disturb his stomach when he was imagining all the nice food. So there he was, he gets to Tsuros, crossed the river, went up the hills, and got to Tsuros' home. But you know, Gudo walks like this, on all fours. So by the time he got to Tsuros' house, what was the color of his hands?
Red.
Black.
Black.
The ashes. Remember the grass that was bent around the house?
Right.
So as he's walking, the ashes are sticking to his hands. And Tsuro was waiting by the gate. And he said, "Oh, Gudo, welcome to my party. The food is about to start. But there's a problem."
Okay.
And Gudo said, "What could the problem be?" He says, "Look at your hands." And Gudo goes, "What's wrong with my hands? They are dirty." And Gudo says, "Yeah, I can see that they are dirty. It's because of all the ashes around your house." And Tsuro said, you cannot eat with dirty hands.
You need to wash them.
You need to go back to the river and wash your hands. Then you can come back and eat."
Can't they just go to the sink?
So he went back. There were no sinks in those days.
True, it's before humans.
And remember it was in the forest as well.
Yeah.
So there he goes back to the river. He washes his hands. He comes back running because he's afraid that the food is going to run out.
But
When he gets there, Tsuro says, "Let's look at your hands." They were black
because of the ashes.
because of the ashes. So Tsuro says, "No, Gudo, you can't eat with this kind of dirt
Tsuro
on your
was
hands."
tricking Gudo.
So Gudo had to go back to the river. And at one time he decided to walk just on his hind legs. So he tried. But remember, Tsuro's house was uphill. So for him to now walk uphill on all twos, on the two hind legs, it was difficult. So he was forced again to go.
And
But-
then he could have went on the hind legs.
By the time he got there, the hands were dirty
Why didn't
until the food ran out. And everybody was saying, "Oh, that was a lovely birthday party. Thank you very much, Tsuro."
But Tsuro was tricking Gudo.
Of course he was. And his sister said to him, "But Tsuro, I warned you. Be nice to everybody. Because the way you're treating Kunde is not right. he's hungry. Why don't we just ask him to sit there? Then we can bring him water, then he can wash and eat. And so says, I know what I'm doing. Today I'm going to fix him. So Gudo was miserable. He went back home to his house and thought about it. The following day, Tsuro went to visit. Hi Gudo, how are you today? Oh, I'm fine. He was testing the waters to see if Gudo was angry. But Gudo pretended to be as if everything was fine. So a week passed, 2 weeks passed, 3 months passed, and he said to his sister, you see, nothing happened. Gudo is okay with me. You were just interfering with my relationship with Gudo. He has no issues with me not giving him food. Yeah, whatsoever. 6 months later, Gudo decided to have a big celebration.
And prank Tsuro.
And he invited all the animals of the forest.
Including Tsuro.
And he sent a special message to Tsuro to say, you know, Tsuro, you are the closest person to me. You have to be there for the party.
But then he put ashes.
Tsuro said, of course. So on the day, Tsuro woke up at 4 in the morning
4 in the morning.
to rush so that he did not miss any of the food. When he got to Gudo's, he found Gudo's sister waiting for him by the gate. And she said, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
And Tsuro was feeling, and he was looking at his sister and was saying, see, I'm a special guest here. They love me. He went, he sat down, and they were chatting. Then Gudo stands up and says, may I have your attention, please? Everybody.
May I have your attention, please? Everybody.
So everyone was listening because they were looking at all those big pots, clay pots that were tall like this, full of food, and some baskets of food hanging in the trees. And he says, now the time to eat has arrived.
Tsuro doesn't know how to climb.
So all of us, we are going to enjoy ourselves and eat as much as we want. So those that are able to climb the trees, they can climb the trees. Those that can't climb the tree, they can eat from the clay pots. But these clay pots were this high. And the Tsuro is only. So the animals, some went to the trees, to the tree branches, and they were eating it, and throwing bones, and some of the bones were bouncing on Tsuro's head, and some were dipping their hands from the big pots, the big containers, and they were eating. And Tsuro tried to do this, tried to do that. Nothing went. He tried to climb the tree. Nothing went. And in the end, he just sat there and watched everybody enjoying themselves. So Tsuro went home with an empty stomach because Gudo had returned the favor.
But it wasn't a favor.
It wasn't a favor. He was returning the insult. Yes. So in Shona, there is a saying that says, Chisi hachieri musi wacharimwa.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
Yes, I'll explain it to you. Say Chisi
Chisi
hachieri
hachieri
musi
musi
wacharimwa.
wacharimwa.
What it means is that there are days back home when you're not supposed to plant in the fields. And you can go and plant and you think you have gotten away with it. But one day in the future,
You'll pay for it.
you will pay for it. Tsuro thought he was smart. But one day, 6 months later, he paid for it.
Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.